Wild Magic, a television pilot written by Julie Nichols. Teaser, fade in, dream sequence, exterior, forest glade, day. Rosalind Fletcher, 16, long hair falling to her waist, dressed in a medieval gown, runs in laughing, followed by Colin McRae, 16, tall, slightly pointed ears. He is dressed in doublet and breeches with the swords sheathed behind his back. He laughs, chases her. He catches her. They spin, laugh, then kiss shyly. Off-screen, a whoop-whoop sound like a bird's wings pushing the air as it slows to land. Luella, a teenage fairy, flies in. Her iridescent butterfly wings are taller than her body. She is graceful, dazzling. Luella lands on a leaf, leans her head on her hand, a little wistful as she watches. Off-screen, a loud ripping sound like a sail being torn in two. Rosalind's eyes widen over Colin's shoulder. Dawning horror shields her eyes from a blinding white light. Colin turns toward the light, pushes her behind him. He pulls his sword from its sheath. Rosalind removes a slender wand from one belled sleeve, waves it, chants in Gaelic.
Aina Slaineth.
Rosalind, it's too late. Run!
The veil, a large vertical rip, appears in the air. Edges glow white-hot, lightning bright. One red, leathery, three-clawed hand reaches around an edge, pushes the rip wider. Another terrible, taloned hand pushes against the opposite edge. Rosalind and Colin stumble back. She screams. End dream sequence. Interior, Rosalind's room, day. Screaming, Rosalind bolts upright in bed. What a bad dream. She's just catching her breath when iPod alarm, loud. Rosalind's iPod plays La Ruse as if by magic. She jumps, clutches her heart, stumbles out of bed and heads toward the bathroom. Unseen by Rosalind, the bed makes itself. Fade out. End of teaser. Act 1. Fade in. Interior, Rosalind's bedroom, day. Rosalind stands in front of her closet, chooses vintage 60s go-go dress and sandals, pulls her long hair back with a daisy-covered headband in the mirror, smiles. Interior, Fletcher home, kitchen, day. Rosalind's mother, Jillian Fletcher, late 30s, light brogue, struggles to make a traditional Scottish breakfast. Eggs, bacon, sausage, black pudding, baked beans, and scones. It is not going well. Jillian calls to Rosalind, overly brightly.
Rosalind, hurry up, sweetheart. Breakfast is almost ready.
Smoke pours out of the oven. Tea kettle whistles shrilly. Smoke alarm screeches. Kitchen phone rings.
Sweet Jesus.
Interior, Fletcher home, kitchen, continuous. Rosalind bounces into the kitchen in high spirits, grabs the phone. Caller ID reads, Fergus.
Hiya, Unc. How's Seattle?
Interior, Merry Magician Emporium, day. Fergus Fletcher, Rosalind's uncle, 40s, still boyish, light brogue, speaks into 30s vintage phone. Behind him, shelves are packed with books and bottles of herbs, including a prominent display of Magic Mojo Karma Cleaner. A stained glass pentacle and a small figure of a winged fairy hangs near his head.
Rosalind, you sound the proper yank. Seattle's wet, but what else is new? What's that noise?
Intercut phone conversation.
Smoke alarm. Mom's cooking.
That explains it then.
Interior, Fletcher home, kitchen, continuous. Jillian pulls the scones from the oven. They're black around the edges. Pulls smoking beans out of oven. Gestures toward alarm.
Rosalind, wave something in front of that thing.
Rosalind hands phone to Jillian.
It's Uncle Fergus.
Flames on the stove. Jillian puts a lid on her inadvertent bacon flambe. Smothers the fire. Rosalind grabs a newspaper from the table, waves it in front of the alarm just like she waved her hand in her dream.
Fergus, this is not a very good time.
Interior, Merry Magician Emporium, same.
Jenny, I'm coming for a visit. I'm worried about the two of you. Alone.
Intercut phone conversation.
We're fine, stay put.
Don't be so stubborn. Think of the lass. I've got someone to watch the shop. I'm coming, and that's that.
He hangs up.
Stupid overbearing men.
Interior, Fletcher home, kitchen, continuous. Jillian brings 2 plates to the table. What a mess. The bacon is black. The scones are inedible. The eggs are an abomination. Rosalind picks up her fork, drops it slowly back onto her plate.
Actually, I'm not very hungry.
Jillian and Rosalind stare at each other, then start to laugh. Jillian reaches for a box of cereal on the counter. They eat handfuls of cereal together from the box. Cut to exterior, a storm-tossed sea, day. White-capped waves crash into each other. Rain pours down. A rocky shoreline crowned by high cliffs. Card, the Isle of Aubrey. Exterior, castle, courtyard, day. Ogres, trolls, and gremlins shuffle around before the gates of an imposing medieval castle. Interior, castle drawing room, day. Large oak double doors are framed in the same electric white light as in Rosaline's dream. Off-screen, faint chanting, then another large crash. The doors quiver and buckle, but hold.
Again, again.
Off-screen, a splintering crash as the doors burst inward. Two ogres, big, menacing, wearing armor, stumble into the room, carried by the momentum of a telephone pole-sized battering ram. Dominick, 40s, British accent, dressed in an elegant contemporary business suit, follows.
Out. Take it out of here, idiots.
Ogres stumble out of the room with the pole. Filbert, a gnome, 4 feet tall, big ears, green skin, Cockney accent, enters. Dominick's personal secretary and chief henchman. He carries an account book under one arm. Entering last is Wraith, heavily cloaked and hooded, hands tucked into his long sleeves.
Oh, it certainly took long enough to break the wars in this room.
Your wizard is still strong, my lord.
Tell me something I don't know. You're useless to me. I will wear you for this, Fulbert.
I realize that, Your Eminence.
Dominick closes his eyes slightly, raises his hands.
I was right. They escaped from this room. There's a portal here.
Filbert consults his accounting ledger.
42 of our agents searched for the girl, sire, from here to Singapore. But the portal could have dropped her and the others anywhere.
Dominick crosses to the fireplace mantel, gazes at an oil portrait on the wall of Rosalind.
I can't assume the throne while Eric's rightful heir lives.
Begging your pardon, exalted one, but can you not? It's right there.
Filbert points to a throne on a raised dais. Dominick's eyes glow with desire.
Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to try it out. That is, if you don't mind.
The wraith's white hand slowly emerges from its sleeve, gestures toward the throne. Be my guest. Dominick crosses to the throne and takes a seat upon it. His head falls back. He laughs wickedly.
Find her, Filbert. She must die, and soon.
Not to worry, my lord. They will slip up eventually. The tiniest bit of spellcraft, one little word in the old tongue, and we'll track them by it. They won't be able to hide forever.
You better hope they stumble soon, Filbert. Or I'll cut off your head and display it over my new fireplace.
Wouldn't you just, me lord?
Dominick stares at the portrait of Rosalind. It scorches, then bursts into flame. Exterior, Crystal Beach High, street, day. Just another day in paradise, palm trees, blue sky. Student driver Rosalind pilots Jillian's Toyota carefully. Jillian sits nervously in the passenger seat. Rosalind begins to turn into the high school parking lot when, screech, she's cut off by a hot pink Jeep, slams on the brakes.
Holy Mother of God!
The Jeep speeds into a parking space right in front of the school. Exterior, curb in front of Crystal Beach High, day. Sign reads, Bristol Beach High School. Rosalind pulls to the curb. Brittany, 16, perfectly tan, tosses her hair as she climbs out of the pink Jeep. She wears short shorts and boots. The Jeep's license plate frame reads, Now all I need is Ken. Keisha, 16, African-American, polished, and Farah, 16, Lebanese-American, exotic, wait on the sidewalk. Both are dressed to display their considerable charms. Rosalind double parks behind the Jeep, jumps out of the car. She carries a spiral-bound notebook with a pen stuck in it. Jillian gets out to take over driving, pulls Rosalind aside.
Rosie, wait. You know how proud I am of the way you've handled everything since the accident, don't you?
Rosalind nods, smiles, and waves to Brittany and the girls.
Mom, I have to go.
It's just that I'm a little worried about these girls. They look so fast.
We're not in Scotland anymore. This is just how girls look here. And they're my friends, don't worry.
Okay. Come straight home after school. You have the science project to finish.
Sure. Bye, Mom.
Rosalind runs up to Brittany, Keisha, and Farah. Brittany looks at her critically.
Well, that's certainly retro.
Rosalind completely misses the dig.
Thanks. My mom and I found this great vintage shop this weekend.
Come on, I told Darren I'd meet him before school.
Jillian reluctantly drives away. Brittany, Keisha, and Farah catwalk toward the front of the high school, secure in their allure. Rosalind touches up her lip gloss, follows. Exterior, Crystal Beach High, day, montage. Boys horse around on the grass, some are stoned at 7 a.m. Identical twin girls sit on a wall chewing gum, their jaws move at exactly the same time. Zombies have more facial expression. Keisha and Farah stop to talk to a group of girls in fuck-me pumps and Uggs, bare midriffs and plunging V-necks. Brittany throws her arms around Darren, 17, the quarterback of the Crystal High football team.
Hi, Darren.
Hey, baby.
They kiss. Rosalind walks past them in slow motion. Music over, the Black Keys cover the Carpenters, Close to You. All heads turn as Rosalind walks up the sidewalk.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.
Rosalind tosses her hair, oblivious to the effect she's having on her classmates. A hummingbird flits up to her face, looks Rosalind straight in the eye. Rosalind smiles brightly, flies away. The twin girls stare, mouths open, gum clearly visible.
Why do stars fall down from the sky every time you walk by? Just like me, they long to be close to you.
Rosalind walks under a jacaranda tree. Purple flowers shower down on her. She puts out a hand like checking for rain, catches some petals, tosses them to the twins. She is glowing.
On the day that you were born, the angels got together and decided to create a dream come true. So they sprinkled moon dust in your hair and golden starlight in your eyes of blue.
Mario Romero, 16, smart, trendy black glasses, is seated at a table playing Magic the Gathering with friends. He stands and stares at Rosalind, game momentarily forgotten. Activity in front of the school grinds to a halt. All eyes on Rosalind, the Enchantress.
That is why all the boys in town follow you all around. Just like me, they long to be close to you.
Boys and a couple of girls follow Rosalind. She is radiant, leaking magic. The pen drops out of her notebook. Darren staggers away from Brittany in a daze, picks up the pen.
Close to you.
Lulu, Luella, a goth girl, a human-sized but with the face of the fairy in the teaser, dressed in black lace and leather, watches Rosalind. Shane, 17, punk leathers, arrives on his motorcycle, watches the scene curiously. Darren sleepwalks to Rosalind, hands her the pen.
You dropped this.
Oh, thank you.
Two boys tossing a football gape at Rosalind. The first boy throws the ball towards the second boy. The second boy forgets to catch. It sails past him. Rosalind's eyes widen. The football is headed straight for Mario's face. She raises the pen like a wand, waves it to the right.
I fouled.
The football veers away from Mario at the last moment. It sails past and hits the Crystal High mascot, a guy in a panther suit, as he crosses the lawn. The panther falls.
Oof.
Rosalind covers her mouth, tries not to laugh, then looks at the pen and back at Mario, bewildered. She walks through the double doors of the school. As the doors swing shut behind her, the music stops abruptly. The spell is broken. Everyone looks around, disoriented, except for Brittany. She zeroes in on Darren, walks up, and slaps him.
Snap out of it!
Darren shakes his head, holds his cheek. Farah and Keisha look at the dazed crowd in front of the school.
I think we have a problem.
The new girl needs a lesson.
Lulu watches Brittany and her BFFs for a moment, moves with the crowd into the school. Interior, castle drawing room, night. Dominick sits in front of the fire, brooding, drinking brandy, stands when he senses Rosalind's inadvertent use of magic.
Did you feel that, Filbert?
Yes, your lordship.
Filbert pulls over a velvet footrest, climbs onto it, and holds his hand just above the surface of an ancient globe, eyes closed, points to the west coast of the United States. Dominick joins him and looks where he is pointing.
The girl is here, master.
Fergus.
Very likely, your grace. Shall I redeploy Clarissa?
You are an evil genius, Birdie. Yes, Clarissa is just the ticket.
He grabs the gnome by the neck.
Find her, Philibert. Now!
Cut to black. End of Act 1. Act 2. Fade in. Interior school hallway, day. Rosalind makes her way alone through the crowded school hallway. Mario weaves around kids in hot pursuit.
Hey, Rosalind, wait!
He catches up to her.
I'm Mario Ramiro.
I know who you are.
You do?
He clears his throat.
You do.
Rosalind shrugs.
Sure, we're in the same math class.
Yeah, but I didn't think you even knew I was alive. And then you saved me from taking a football in the face today.
Rosalind starts to walk away.
I don't know what you're talking about. The wind blew the ball away.
Sorry, but there wasn't even a breeze. I want to know how you did that.
An announcement blasts out of the loudspeakers.
Rosalind Fletcher to administration.
Sorry, I've gotta go. Bye.
Interior, the principal's office, day. Sally Beatty, 60s, school secretary for the past 30 years. Sweet disposition, feeds drops of miracle grow to a limp houseplant on the counter as Rosalind enters.
Oh, there you are, dear. I wonder if you could give a tour to a new student today. You're fitting in so well, I thought you might be able to give her some tips.
Sure, Mrs. Beatty, I'm happy to help.
How many times have I asked you to call me Sally? How's that head of yours feeling?
Rosalind touches her forehead gingerly.
Better, I think, Sally.
That's good. You'll be right as rain in no time.
Lulu enters, gives Rosalind a meaningful look. Rosalind looks behind her to see who Lulu is looking at. No one is there.
Good morning, Mrs. Beatty. Good morning, Lulu. This is Rosalind. She'll be your student guide today.
Hi, you look really familiar. Have we met before?
I don't see how that could be since this is my first day.
Lulu kicks Rosalind in the shin.
Ow! Oh, sorry. Did I step on your foot?
Rosalind rubs her leg, edges towards the houseplant.
No.
Lulu, did you bring those forms back signed by a parent or whoever?
Lulu looks into Sally's eyes.
Oh, I don't need any of that. That's right. You don't need any of that.
Rosalind's eyes widen as the houseplant's branches begin to writhe with accelerated growth beside her. She edges away. Brittany enters the office, steps between Lulu and Rosalind.
I'm here to do my student government service, Sally.
Sally shakes off Lulu's gaze.
Thank you, Brittany. And how many times have I asked you to call me Mrs. Beatty?
Whatever. Are you the new girl?
I have a student guide. Brittany, I felt it would be better if Rosalind showed Lulu around. She's only been here a few months and she's doing so well. Here's Lulu's schedule.
Hands it to Rosalind.
Wow, we all have the same classes.
Lulu rolls her eyes at Rosalind. Duh. Brittany snatches the schedule out of Rosalind's hands.
But I'm chair of the student body social committee. Welcome to Crystal. We have the same first class this morning too. That will save me some time. Come along.
Brittany practically pushes Lulu out the door. Rosalind follows. The houseplant is now in bloom.
Oh my,
Grabs the plant food, reads the label.
it really is a miracle.
Interior school hallway, day. Mario leans against the wall just outside administration.
Rosalind!
Mario, this is Lulu. She's new.
Don't you have somewhere else to be, Mario? Maybe Luigi needs a hand?
Back off, Barbie.
Okay. Looks like first period is math for us all. Do you like math, Lulu?
Lulu opens her mouth to answer, but Brittany cuts her off.
I can't stand math. It makes my head hurt.
Really? I like it. If you need some help sometime.
Well, isn't that sweet of you? Let me give you a tip, Lulu. I don't know what it was like at your last school, but you do not want to be labeled a brain here at Crystal. That's a one-way trip to geekdom. Total social exile. Just like poor Mario here.
Brittany, that's unkind.
Forget it, Rosalind. I'll save you a seat.
He enters the classroom.
Can you show me the restroom?
Hurry or you'll be late.
Brittany leaves in a huff.
Sure, it's...
Lulu drags Rosalind below some stairs.
At last, me lady.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry it took so long for me to arrive. There were complications.
What are you talking about?
Why do you speak this way? Are the forces of evil nearby?
Are you deranged?
Lulu mesmerizes Rosalind. Rosalind stares vacantly, spaced out. Flashback. Rosalind's forgotten memories. The sound of swords clashing. Colin stands on the castle ramparts, sword in hand. He looks over his shoulder. Green, scaly hands grab him from below. He falls out of sight. Rosalind weeps uncontrollably. A hooded figure bends over her, chanting. End flashback. Lulu burns with a cold anger. She looks away, releasing Rosalind. Rosalind sways.
Let's go to class. This never happened.
Interior, Merry Magician Emporium, day. Fergus bags orange candles for a woman in a business suit.
Happy may have been never did. Give my regards to the coven.
The bell over the door tinkles as she leaves. Andy, 40s, Australian, slips bills into the till.
The holidays. Always good for business, Fergus.
I hate to leave you here alone, Andy. With Maven tomorrow. You'll probably be busy.
Better than sitting here on my hands, mate. No worries. You take care of your family business and leave the store to old Andy.
I can't thank you enough. Well, I'm off. I'll miss my flight.
Cheerio, Fer.
Fergus leaves through the back door. Interior hallway, day. Rosalind, Lulu, Brittany, Farah, Keisha, and Mario walk out of class together. Rosalind reads Lulu's schedule.
So our next class is with Mr. Miller. You'll love...
Brittany pushes her way between Rosalind and Lulu.
Did you mean it when you said you'd help me with math?
Farah and Keisha squeeze in close beside Rosalind and Brittany.
I'm going to flunk for sure, again.
I totally suck at math. Could you, help us all?
Mario runs in front of the girls, walks backward.
I'd still like to talk to you about what happened earlier. Maybe after school.
Mario runs into the panther in the hallway. They tumble to the floor. Brittany steps over him.
Excuse me, but this is important. Rosalind, if you could help us, we could help you get ready for homecoming rally tomorrow.
Are you sure? I mean, we're both nominated for Junior Princess.
It's not like I'm planning to campaign for homecoming court or anything. I hate that kind of competition.
A forgotten Lulu trails after the girls. Exterior, in front of the school, day, later. Rosalind gets in Brittany's Jeep with Keisha and Farah.
Can I come too?
Sorry, only room for 4.
Rosalind is guilty.
I'll see you tomorrow, Lulu.
Lulu watches sadly as the Jeep speeds away. Shane glances up as he works on his motorcycle.
You okay?
Not really.
Want to tell me about it? We could take a ride.
Sure, why not?
They roar out of the parking lot. Exterior, Brittany's house, night. Gated estate overlooking the ocean. Sapphire blue infinity pool glows in the night. Interior, Brittany's room, night. A suite fit for a princess. The big white bed is strewn with books.
So that's how you visualize a linear equation.
Wow, I get it. I feel like a geek, only better looking.
Now can we play?
Absolutely.
Interior, Brittany's bathroom, dressing room, night. Miles of mirrors, bright makeup lights, glamorous. Brittany, Keisha, and Farah all pull out professional tackle box makeup cases. Brittany puts an iPod in a holder. Music over, Walk the Moons, Shut Up and Dance. Montage. The girls set Rosalind's hair in huge curlers. They strip her to her underwear, assess her best attributes. Rosalind in a miniskirt and huge floppy hat. Rosalind in furry Uggs and a baseball cap. The girls nod their approval. Rosalind is having the time of her life. Behind Rosalind's back, Keisha and Farah exchange evil glances. Song ends. Rosalind sits in a chair. Brittany works on her makeup. Farah and Keisha crash on a bed.
Do you know what you're going to say at assembly tomorrow? I'm so nervous about standing up in front of the whole school.
Make something up. It's not like it's a big deal or anything.
I'm so new. You'll win for sure.
I don't know. You're pretty popular right now.
You really think so? Are your mom and dad at a party or something?
My dad runs a software company. He's on the Fortune 400 list. I never see him.
What about your mom?
She goes to a lot of charity dinners. What are your parents like?
It's just me and my mom. I was in this bad car accident last spring. Hit my head. I don't really remember much before the accident.
So Crystal is a whole new beginning for you. You can reinvent yourself.
I guess so.
Finishes Rosalind's makeup. Looks at it critically.
Get up, girls. Let's see what we've got here.
Brittany, Keisha, and Farah look at Rosalind. Her eyeliner is too heavy.
Definitely an improvement.
Exterior, street in front of Fletcher home, night. Brittany and the girls barrel up to Rosalind's house in the Jeep. Rosalind staggers to the front door with a huge garbage bag of clothes and makeup. Interior, Fletcher home, living room, night. Jillian paces.
Gonna fash herself, Jillian. I'm sure she's fine.
Rossalyn enters carrying her loot.
Rosalind, I was worried sick.
I'm sorry, I went to Brittany's to help her and some friends with their math homework. I forgot to call. Hi, Uncle Fergus.
Do you know what time it is? What is all this?
My clothes aren't quite right, so they gave me some of their old things.
Rosalind drops the bags and spins, showing off one of her new outfits, a pair of shorts and tight t-shirt.
Don't I look great?
Fergus's eyes bulge. Jillian shoots him a warning glance.
You look very nice, but what about your science project? You'll be up all night finishing it now. And you're not thinking of going to school dressed like that, are you?
Why not? That's how everyone dresses at school. Do you want me to be a complete social outcast?
Of course not, honey.
I'm trying to be somebody at Crystal, Mum. My friends say I'm pretty enough to be popular. Why do you want to ruin this for me?
Rosalind, being popular is not as important as your studies or who you are as a person, what you believe in, your values. I don't know where all this is coming from. You're behaving like a spoiled little girl.
Maybe that's because you treat me like a little girl. You just don't get it. Either you're popular at Crystal or you're nobody, and I'm tired of being nobody.
Rosalind runs up the stairs. Interior, Merry Magician Emporium, night. Andy escorts his last customer out. Loretta, a drag queen, carries a crystal-topped staff.
Thank you. Good night.
Would you care to go out for a drink?
Not tonight, Loretta.
Okay. I hope to see you at the Solstice Gathering since you can't make my Maybon party.
I wouldn't miss it. Good night.
Andy locks up and steps behind the counter, counts the till. The bell over the front door rings, announcing a visitor. Andy looks up with a frown. The door is open, but no one's there. He stuffs the money into a deposit bag, looks out the front door, shrugs, shuts it. He turns and starts as Clarissa, East Indian, colorful hooded sari, crowds him back against the door.
Where is he?
Who? We're closed, miss.
She sniffs the air. Her tongue flicks out quickly.
Where's Fergus?
Out of town. Can I say you stopped by?
Clarissa hisses. Her eyes grow larger. Andy stares. There's something wrong with them. The pupils are slitted. Clarissa grabs him by the neck, lifts him up.
Where has he gone?
Andy pushes off the door, kicks Clarissa in the stomach. Clarissa falls back, then strikes with great speed, grabs Andy, slams his head on the counter, lifts him and wraps her arms around him in a boa constrictor hug. Andy's face turns red. He gasps for air.
Where is Fergus Fletcher?
Andy is about to black out.
California. Crystal Beach.
Clarissa drops him, transforms into a human-sized snake, still wearing the hooded sari. Loretta opens the door.
Andy, I forgot. Oh, excuse me.
Clarissa/snake woman looks normal from the back, moves back and forth slightly like kissing someone, turns quickly towards the door. All that's left of Andy is one arm, which is hanging out of her mouth. Loretta screams and stumbles out. Clarissa finishes Andy off. Cut to black. End of Act 2. Act 3, fade in. Exterior, the graveyard, night. Shane and Lulu pull into a graveyard on Shane's bike. Shane pulls out a flask, passes it to Lulu.
Why are we in a graveyard?
We can be alone here, Lou.
I like it when you call me Lou.
Shane helps her from the bike, finds an overturned gravestone.
It's still here.
Whoever pushed this down was naughty.
I pushed it down.
Why didn't you put it back? Aren't these sacred stones?
Sacred stones? You're funny, Lou. I didn't want to. Do you know what I want now?
No.
You.
Lulu giggles and allows herself to be drawn down onto the gravestone. They kiss, but soon the play gets rougher.
Wait,
Don't be a tease.
stop it, that hurts.
Come on. You'll feel good.
Clumsily, he pulls down the neck of her dress.
I said stop it. Stop or I'll hurt you.
Shane laughs, pushes her skirt up.
I like it rough.
In a flash, Lulu shapeshifts into a large wolf. The wolf snarls and bares its long, pointed fangs at Shane. Shane jumps back, screaming.
You know what my favorite food is?
Whoa!
Pig.
The wolf turns into the fairy Luella, like in Rosalind's dream, only dressed in goth fairy garb. She flies over Shane, sprinkling multicolored fairy dust from her sparkling fingers. Shane turns into a tiny, squealing, pot-bellied pig. He runs off through the gravestones. Luella realizes what she's done.
Oops.
She flies over and around headstones, looking for the panicked piglet. Pig/Shane hides behind a crypt, shivering.
Here, piggy piggy.
Luella flies closer. Pig Shane loses his cool and bolts.
There you are.
Luella flies as fast as her wings can take her. She strafes the running pig with fairy dust. Pig Shane stumbles, then plows headfirst into a headstone. Luella flies past, puts on the brakes, flies backward. Shane is in human form again. He tries to raise his head, but his eyes cross. He passes out. Luella flies closer, thinks for a moment, then whispers in his ear.
You got drunk by yourself tonight and decided to sleep it off in the graveyard.
She flies away and then remembers something, returns, whispering in his ear again.
And if you are ever a bad boy again, you will be punished.
With this, she flits away, leaving Shane asleep, flies over the fallen headstone, sprinkles fairy dust on it. The headstone swings upright again as she zips away. Cut to exterior, Fletcher home, morning, the next day. Rossalyn climbs into the passenger seat of Farrah's Porsche. She carries a floppy white sun hat and wears a sheer black blouse with her black bra showing through, 2 small jean shorts, and silver glitter-covered platform heels. Interior, Farrah's car, morning. Rossalyn puts her huge white-rimmed sunglasses on top of her head. False eyelashes weigh down her eyelids.
Well,
Farrah can't help but smirk.
Perfect.
Exterior, Crystal Beach High, day, montage. The Pussycat Dolls' When I Grow Up over as Rossalyn and Farrah catwalk in front of the school in slow motion.
Boys call you sexy, and you don't care what they say. See, every time you turn around, they scream in your name.
Farrah nods to Brittany and Keisha, who stand in front of the entrance. A large sign reads, Brittany for Junior Princess. Brittany is dressed in a brocade skirt and midriff top. She looks like a top fashion model.
Boys call you sexy, and you don't care what they say. See, every time you turn around, they scream in your name.
Compared to Brittany, Rossalyn looks like a streetwalker. Mario leans against a wall, shuffling his cards, waiting for Rossalyn. He sees her, stares, slack-jawed.
What the hell?
But I ain't complaining. We all want to be famous. So go ahead and say what you want to say.
Lulu emerges from the crowd, stands with Mario, hands on her hips.
You don't know what it's like to be nameless. Want them to know what your name is. 'Cause see, when I was younger, I would say,
Shane walks away from his bike towards Rossalyn.
when I grow up, I want to be famous. I want to be a star. I want to be in movies. When I grow up, I want to see the world, drive a nice car. I want to have groupies.
Activity in front of the school grinds to a halt.
When I grow up, be on TV, people know me, be on magazines. When I grow up, fresh and clean, #1 chick when I step out on the scene.
When I Grow Up ends abruptly. Rosalind smiles brightly at Brittany and waves.
hi.
Brittany advances on her slowly.
You look ridiculous.
What?
Shane circles Rosalind.
I don't know. I think she looks hot.
Mario and Lulu move forward as one. They stand on either side of Rosalind.
You're gonna want to take a step back.
You gonna make me Mario?
Lulu steps between the boys, gazes up at Shane.
Did you dream of me last night?
Shane looks confused for a minute, then scared. He jumps away from Lulu.
Come on, girls. Let's get to the assembly.
Rosalind's face is red with embarrassment.
Where did you get those clothes?
Brittany and the girls gave them to me.
Brittany is not your friend, Rossalyn. She's never cared about anyone but herself. She set you up to look like a fool at the assembly.
I feel sick. I need to go home.
No, you can't let her win.
She's already won.
Listen, I don't know you very well, but I want to know you better. Brittany is a bully. She will never stop, never, if you don't stand up for yourself. Now.
I don't know. I can't do this alone.
Lulu and Mario exchange a look.
You're not alone.
Interior high school auditorium day. 2,000 kids and teachers are packed into the auditorium. Candidates for homecoming king and queen, princes and princesses from every class sit on the stage along with Principal Howard Richardson, 40s, and Sally Beatty. A cheerleader finishes her speech.
So, keep Crystal awesome. Vote for Jenny Clausen.
The audience applauds and cheers. She jumps high in the air, lands doing the splits, jumps up, tosses her pom-poms to the crowd. Rosalind gulps. Principal Richardson walks to the podium.
Thank you, Jenny. The next is Brittany Sinclair, nominee for Junior Princess. I understand you have a little surprise for us, right, Brittany?
Brittany struts to the podium.
That's right, Mr. Richardson. Darren.
Darren is in the control booth. He dims the lights. A professionally produced video plays showing Brittany in a bathing suit surfing, at a gazebo on the edge of the cliffs in an evening dress, boutique shopping with Keisha and Farah, Brittany as a baby.
I've lived in Crystal Beach all my life.
Scenes of Brittany running up steep hills, pumping iron in the gym.
And I've worked hard to be your junior princess. I care about what you care about. More student parties at homecoming.
Scenes of Brittany dancing at a club.
So vote for me, your next junior princess.
The video ends, the lights come back up, the audience cheers.
Need I say more?
Brittany shoots Rossalyn a look that screams, "Top that." Principal Richardson returns to the podium.
That was certainly impressive, Brittany. A hard act to follow. Next is Rosalind Fletcher, also nominated for Junior Princess.
Jillian enters and stands at the back of the auditorium. Rosalind totters to the podium in her platform heels, slips. Principal Richardson tries to stop her fall. Rosalind grabs his arm, but it's too late. They both tumble to the stage. The audience gasps, then the laughter starts. It's deafening. Mario and Lulu are in the front row. Mario covers his eyes. Lulu starts to rise. Mario shakes his head, no. Jillian looks on in horror. Mrs. Beatty helps the principal and Rosalind to their feet.
Go on, honey.
A red-faced Rosalind takes a deep breath.
I didn't know I was supposed to prepare anything for today, so
She sees Jillian in the back. Her Scottish accent becomes more pronounced.
I'm just going to speak from my heart. As I'm sure you can tell, I'm not from here. I've only been at Crystal High a few months. Sometimes I make stupid mistakes. I'm sure my clothes seem strange to you. They seem pretty strange to me too, especially today.
The audience laughs. A couple of guys whistle.
I'm excited to be nominated for Homecoming Princess, though I don't know exactly what that means. If it's just a popularity contest, then vote for Brittany, because I'll never be as popular as she is.
Brittany looks uncomfortable.
I don't have a great wardrobe or a lot of money. All I have to offer is who I am and what I believe.
Rosalind and Jillian exchange smiles.
I believe everybody matters at Crystal. Some kids don't have much money, and I've noticed that they get left out of things. What's the use of another homecoming party if not everyone can go?
Mario and a few other students nod in agreement.
I believe in kindness, too. I'm clueless about a lot of stuff, but that doesn't mean it's okay to bully me. I've been bullied, and I don't think I'm alone. Am I? Has anyone else been treated badly at Crystal?
A few hands go up. Kids mumble, yeah. Rosalind begins to glow, to shine.
Everyone at this high school has the right to be treated with respect. More than anything, I believe that teens like us have the power to change the world. If you elect me Junior Princess, I will use my title to serve others, whether that means volunteering to feed the hungry,
The audience begins to cheer. Scattered teens light up all over the audience.
or cleaning up trash and pollution at the beach,
Thunderous cheers. More teens start to glow.
or fighting for equality. I will use my title to make Crystal a better place for everyone. Thank you.
Mario and Lulu, faces shining, stand up. The audience rises to its feet. Rosalind smiles and waves. Principal Richardson shakes her hand.
I want to talk to you later about this bullying.
Brittany stares, daggers at Rosalind as she sits. Exterior, Crystal Beach High, hallway, day. Rosalind hugs Jillian in the crowded hallway.
I'm so proud of you, sweetheart.
Thanks, Mom. Where's Uncle Fergus?
He couldn't make it, but he'll be here to pick you up after school.
Exterior, Crystal Beach High, day. Jillian nods to a gardener, Fergus, trimming a bush. Fergus scans the grounds looking for danger. Exterior, alley behind a Crystal Beach strip mall, day. Clarissa, Demon 1 and Demon 2, nearly identical, tall, pale, otherworldly, materialize next to a BMW convertible with a surfboard hanging out the back seat. Bumper sticker reads, Crystal Beach Surf Shack. Clarissa sniffs the air, her tongue darts out.
I can smell them.
Cut to black, end Act 3. Act 4, fade in. Exterior, Crystal Beach High, day. Clarissa, Demon 1 and Demon 2 slowly cruise by the front of Crystal High in the BMW. Demon 1 drives. Clarissa sniffs, flicks out her tongue.
This is it.
Interior hallway, day. Brittany, Keisha, and Farah watch Rosalind enter the girls' restroom. They follow close on her heels. Interior girls' restroom, day. Keisha and Farah crowd Rosalind against the wall. The identical twin girls exit stalls at the same time. They freeze for a moment, then flee. Brittany applies a fresh coat of mascara in front of the mirror.
I hope you're not thinking of complaining to Principal Richardson about us. Didn't we have fun last night?
We gave you these. I had fun last night, not knowing you meant to make me look the fool.
Oh, that wasn't us. That was you. It's not our fault you have no sense of style.
I'll give your things back tomorrow. Why wait?
We'll take what you're wearing now.
Now?
Stripper.
Keisha and Farah roughly strip Rosalind while Brittany watches.
Stop, let me go!
That's mine.
I always liked these boots.
Get her bra.
Rosalind begins to glow again. Her notebook and pen are just out of reach. The pen slides toward her slightly. Keisha tears her blouse.
Hold still. Look what you made me do!
The pen flies through the air. A startled Rosalind catches it. She points the pen at her attackers.
Ralph!
Brittany, Keisha, and Farah freeze in place. Lulu bursts in, takes in the scene.
Uh-oh.
Rosalind looks at the pen in her hand, back at the girls, at Lulu, then at herself in the mirror.
What am I?
Interior cafeteria, day. Rosalind, dressed in Lulu's too small running shorts and top, and Lulu carry trays of food. Mario waves them over to his table.
Rosalind, your speech was awesome. Are you joining the track team or something?
Brittany and her BFFs attacked her, tore her clothes off in the girls' restroom.
Wow, that sounds...
Lulu shoots him the evil eye. Mario clears his throat.
Horrible, yeah, horrible. Are you okay?
Mario takes Rosalind's hand. For a moment, they only have eyes for each other.
I'm all right, I think.
There's something really different about you.
I know.
But it's a good different.
Lulu rolls her eyes. Brittany, Keisha, and Ferris stagger into the cafeteria. They are dazed and shivering. Brittany runs to Darren, throws herself into his arms. Lulu watches Brittany as she speaks quietly to Darren. Brittany and the girls glance at Rosalind. Mario and Rosalind are still staring at each other.
This is sweet, but I think we still have problems.
Brittany, Keisha, Farah, and Darren march to their table.
I want to know what you did.
Yeah, whatever it was sounds sort of messed up.
Sorta? Sorta? Shut up, Darren.
I don't know. I can't explain it.
A crowd of kids gather around the table, sensing a fight.
What did you do?
I froze them.
Mario looks at her sharply. She shrugs. Lulu sees a face watching the scene through a window. Fergus in his gardener's hat.
Excuse me, I see someone I need to speak with right now.
Lulu, we kind of need you now.
Lulu leaves. Exterior school, day. Lulu walks swiftly towards Fergus, who's still watching the scene in the cafeteria through the window.
There you are.
Lulu, knocks off his hat and grabs him by the ear, pulls him away from the window, hovers 6 inches in front of his face.
Luella?
You have a lot of explaining to do, Fergus Fletcher.
She drags him behind the tree out of sight.
Ah, you wee devil. How did you get out here?
The same way you did, through the portal, after you left me behind.
Luella pushes him away. She's stronger than she looks. Fergus rubs his ear.
You shouldn't be here, Luella.
No? What have you done to Rosalind? She is defenseless without her magic.
She's not defenseless. I am the mother. I'm here to protect her.
Really? She was just attacked. Lucky I was there to help her.
Is she hurt?
She's fine, no thanks to you. Why doesn't she remember who she is?
That's not fairy business. Listen, Luella, I know you care about her, but it would be better if you just went back to Aubrey.
Fergus looks away. Has anyone seen him? When he turns back, Luella is gone. Fergus edges back to the window, looks inside for Rosalind. Interior cafeteria, day.
And she stole our clothes.
Seriously, you're going to admit that you used to wear those clothes?
The crowd laughs. Brittany grabs Rosalind's arm.
What did you do?
Mario steps forward.
Brittany, you're even crazier than normal. Let her go.
Hey, you can't talk to my girlfriend that way.
Darren strips his jacket off to fight.
You want to step outside?
Okay, sure. Let's go.
Mario strips off his jacket.
I'm dead.
The room lights up with a bright flash of lightning, followed immediately by a deafening boom of thunder. The lights in the cafeteria go out. A few kids scream. Everyone looks out the windows as drowning rain pours down. It pelts against the window glass. The lawn in back of the school is completely obscured by a wall of water.
Wow, where did that come from?
Rain check on the fight, bro.
Where's Lulu?
Cut to interior castle drawing room, night. The Wraith stands over a large copper basin in the middle of a table. Dominick and Phillips watch closely as the Wraith's white hands motion over the pooled water. The water swirls. A vision of Crystal High appears in the pool. Lightning flashes. Rain pours.
Excellent.
Cut to exterior school, same. Fergus is nearly blinded as lightning hits the tree he was just standing beneath with Luella. Clarissa, Demon 1 and Demon 2 emerge from behind the smoldering tree. Clarissa's eyes are slitted. Fergus grabs a shovel.
Fergus, at last.
Clarissa, sweetheart, I can explain.
Where's the girl?
Fergus uses the shovel as a staff.
Hai nam, gasta ort.
Blue fire bursts from the shovel handle. Clarissa moves quickly out of the way. The bolt hits the already smoldering tree. She hisses.
Don't you sweetheart me.
She strikes, pinning Fergus's arms to his sides. He drops the shovel. Demon 1 and Demon 2 move to grab his legs. Fergus kicks out strongly, hits Demon 1. Demon 1 slides backward in the deepening mud. A wet and slippery Fergus goes limp in Clarissa's grasp. She loses her grip on him. He slides to the ground. Fergus crawls through the deepening mud to a bush, grabs his hedge clippers, which become his new wand. He points the blades upward.
Yoma gout.
A whirlwind descends from the clouds, picks Demon 2 up and tosses him into the smoking tree. He screams. Demon 1 runs to help Demon 2. Clarissa fights the wind, inches closer to a glowing Fergus. Fergus is shaking, barely controlling the mini tornado. Clarissa's feet lift off the ground. She smiles.
I'm never going to let you go.
Only her toes are touching the earth as she strikes again, diving towards Fergus, crushes him in her arms. Fergus can't catch his breath, drops the clippers. But the whirlwind has taken on a life of its own. It sucks them both up until Luella flies in. She pulls down on Fergus's legs as hard as she can, her little wings beating frantically.
No!
Demon 1 grabs the shovel, swings it like a bat. He swats Luella away. She hurtles backward like a baseball on a line drive, shape shifts into the human Lulu in midair, crashes through a fence. Demon 1 grabs Clarissa and Fergus, pulls them both back to the earth. The whirlwind is sucked up into the clouds and disappears. Fergus loses consciousness. Clarissa carries him in her arms like a baby. Demon 1 drags Demon 2 through the mud and out of sight. Rossalyn and Mario run outside into the rain.
Lulu! Lulu, where are you?
Lulu lies motionless under a hedge on the other side of the fence. Cut to black, end of Act 4. Act 5. Fade in. Exterior, Fletcher home, dusk. Mario drives Rossalyn and Lulu up to the Fletcher home in his beat-to-shit 1983 Mustang convertible. Water pours out of the car when they open the doors. Wet, exhausted, and bedraggled, they help a limping Lulu up the walk. Interior Fletcher home, kitchen, dusk. Rossalyn, Mario, and Lulu step into the kitchen. Jillian is cutting vegetables.
Mom?
Oh, thank goodness. Where have you been? Why didn't you answer your...
Jillian can't believe her eyes when she sees Lulu.
Sorry, Mom. My cell's history. It got wet in that weird storm. And I couldn't find Uncle Fergus after school. These are my friends, Mario and Lulu.
Lulu narrows her eyes, daring Jillian to blow her cover.
Hello, Mrs. Fletcher.
Mario. Lulu. But where could your uncle be?
A doorbell rings.
He must have forgotten his key.
Rosie. Wait! I have a bad feeling.
Interior, the Fletcher home, entry, night. Rossalyn is just opening the door as Jillian, Mario, and Lulu race after her from the kitchen. A badly beaten and bloodied Fergus falls face first through the door. Rossalyn screams and backs away. That's all that saves her from Clarissa. In giant serpent form, she fills the entire doorway. Clarissa springs forward, snaps her jaws where Rossalyn was just standing.
Rosalind, run!
Rossalyn scrambles away from Clarissa the giant snake. Desperate for a weapon, Jillian takes off her shoe, throws it at Clarissa. It hits her. Clarissa moves toward Jillian, distracted from her prey. Fergus raises his head, looks at Rossalyn.
Rossalyn, remember, Quidditch.
Rosalyn's head snaps back. Stars move quickly through the night, reflected in her pupils. Flashback, exterior forest glade day. Scene is the same as in the teaser. Rossalyn throws up a hand to shield against the blinding white light. Colin turns toward the light, pushes her behind him. He pulls his sword from its sheath. Rossalyn removes a slender wand from one belled sleeve, waves it, chants in Gaelic.
Ain Slainic.
Rosalind, it's too late. Run!
Again, the rip in the veil, the red claws. Rossalyn and Colin fall back. She screams. Only now the scene continues. The veil opens. A dragon's head pokes through, roars in triumph. Luella flies to Rosalyn's side.
Get the horse!
Rosalind waves her hand.
Ain me too tilly ul beist.
Blue fire shoots from the end of her wand, strikes the dragon in the face. It rears back. End flashback. Interior Fletcher home entry. No time has passed. Rosalind comes to with a gasp. She leaps to her feet. Lulu shapeshifts into her fairy form, Luella.
Whoa!
Rosalind looks around for something she can use as a wand. Luella flies toward her, shapeshifts in midair into a wand. Luella wand lands in Rosalind's hand. Clarissa's forked tongue snakes out, wraps itself around Jillian, begins sucking her in.
Rosie, run!
Mario takes the steps 2 at a time.
Rosalind, come on!
But now Rosalind knows what to do.
I'm not leaving you, Mum.
Rosalind points the Luella/wand at Clarissa's back, waves it.
Ain me too tilly ul beist.
Blue fire shoots from the end of the Luella wand. It strikes Clarissa. Clarissa screams, drops Jillian, escapes out the front door. Luella shapeshifts back into her fairy form, falls to the floor, blue electricity snapping along her wings.
Lulu! Oh no!
Rosalind picks up the unconscious Luella. Running steps on the stairs. Kendrick, Ferreter, 40s, an elfish hunter, pointed ears, woodland garb, bounds over the banister. He helps Jillian to her feet. Mario's hands fly to his face in disbelief.
What?
I got here as swiftly as I could.
Help Fergus.
Kendrick slams the door shut. He lifts Fergus and slings him over his shoulder as if he weighs nothing at all. Starts up the stairs. Jillian stumbles to Rosalind. Rosalind holds out her hands, holding the injured Luella.
Mummy!
Jillian cradles Luella in her arms.
There's still danger, Rosie. Go upstairs. We can help Luella there.
Can you use a blade?
I'm pretty good at Assassin's Creed. It's a video game?
Kendrick looks doubtful.
That will have to do.
He pulls a short sword from a sheath at his side with one hand, gives it to Mario, continues up the stairs.
I'm dreaming. I must be dreaming.
Interior Fletcher home, attic, night. Kendrick carries Fergus into the room, lays him on a round table painted with mystical symbols. Jillian places Luella beside him. Luella sits up, shakes her head.
We must ward this room. Quickly.
But it's too late. Glass explodes inward as Demon 1 and Demon 2, looking much the worse for wear, burst through the tower windows, handguns drawn. Interior Fletcher home, kitchen, same. Clarissa in human form breaks the glass in kitchen door with her hand, unlocks it. Exterior Fletcher home, night. Brittany parks in the driveway. She, Keisha, and Farah stare up at the flashing, glittering lights shining through the attic tower windows.
Oh my god. Is that a disco ball?
I can't believe it. She's having a party.
Let's crash it.
Interior Fletcher home, attic. Jillian pulls a slim wand out of a box on the table, swings it.
Diatomark.
The guns fly out of the demon's hands, slide across the floor.
Damham Kubrick.
The demons slam against the wall, pinned there by some unseen force. Clarissa in human form appears from the stairs. She pushes Mario away, wraps Rosalind in her arms, both shield and captive. A shaky Luella leaps from the table and transforms into a wolf. She bounds across the attic floor, snarls and slavers at Clarissa.
Holy shit!
One more inch toward me and I eat her. Drop my friend or she dies.
Jillian releases Demon 1 and Demon 2 reluctantly. They slide to the floor, crouch, looking at Clarissa for direction. Mario eases behind Clarissa.
We have the master's prize. Let's go.
Mario pulls out the short sword and holds it to Clarissa's throat.
Release her.
Clarissa pushes Rosalind away. begins to transform into her snake form, grabs Mario's arms, unhinges her jaw, and bites him. Mario drops the short sword and Clarissa spins away just as Brittany, Keisha, and Farah walk up the stairs.
We're here. The party can start now.
Jillian's wand crackles with white lightning. A bolt strikes Clarissa. Brittany and the girls scream. Luella, Wolf, turns into her fairy form again. She dive bombs Demon 1, sprinkling fairy dust.
You can't shape a demon, fairy.
Brittany, Keisha, and Farah huddle together, frozen in the middle of the room. Demon 1 overturns the table on top of the injured Fergus. Luella flies to the table. Her little wings beat rapidly as she strains, pushing it off of him. Rosalind grabs Mario's short sword, runs to Kendrick's side. Demon 1 and Demon 2 join forces. Swords magically appear in their hands. They advance on Kendrick and Rosalind, who fight back to back. Rosalind glows with power. She is an excellent swordsman. Clarissa and the demons retreat. They leave through the broken windows. A shell-shocked Brittany, Keisha, and Farah huddle together.
What?
Luella shapeshifts back into human form. Her eyes glow green as she mesmerizes Brittany, Keisha, and Farah.
Time for some girl talk.
Interior Fletcher home, night. Rosalind carries the large bag of clothes that Brittany, Keisha, and Farah gave her into the kitchen. The mesmerized Brittany, Keisha, and Farah look blank.
You came here tonight to get your stuff? It's all here.
You can leave now and take that trash with you.
Exterior Fletcher home, night. Brittany puts the Jeep into gear.
Well, that was easy.
Keisha looks at her phone, confused.
How did it get to be 10 o'clock?
Interior Fletcher home, bedroom, night. Jillian waves her wand over Fergus as he lies in bed, bathing him in white light. Rosalind, Mario, and Lulu watch.
He'll be good as new in a few days.
Interior Fletcher home, kitchen, night. Rosalind stands, vibrant, an angry set to her jaw. Mario, arm bandaged, sits with Lulu.
So, let me see if I've got this straight. I'm a fairy princess.
Not exactly, sweetheart. Your dear father, Elric, was the king of the Western Elves. He loved you more than life itself, Frozen. He was killed by creatures much like the ones upstairs before we came here.
Wow.
You are our only child, Rosalind. So you're not just a princess anymore. You are the queen of the Western Elves in exile.
And you are?
Kendrick Ferridir, captain for your father's guard. Now your guard, milady.
Why don't I remember any of this?
When we fled here, we thought that we might be able to keep you safely hidden if you weren't too obviously from another world. But you were beside yourself with grief, Rosalind. Your magic was out of control.
You had no right to steal my memories.
We did it to protect you, your majesty. And it would be best if your friend, Mario, forgot as well. If he were to tell anyone...
No! Mario would never seek to harm me like Brittany and the others. He saved my life today. I will not allow him to have his thoughts stolen, and I don't know if I can trust you, my own family, ever again. Come on, Mario.
Interior the Fletcher home, entry, night. An angry Rosalind walks Mario to the door.
I'm sorry I got you involved in all this. And about your arm.
Don't be silly. This was the strangest, most unbelievably great night of my life.
Thanks for saving me.
Rosalind kisses him on the cheek. Interior Rosalind's room, night. Rosalind gets into bed and stares at the ceiling. The fairy Luella settles on a pillow next to her. Cut to interior castle drawing room, night. Clarissa kneels before Dominick.
Clarissa, Clarissa, Clarissa. What am I to do with you?
Forgive me, eldest.
Failure is not an option. You know that. What should I do with her, Philbert?
Begging your pardon, Your Grace. I think Clarissa's special history with Fergus may be of some limited further use.
Rise. Get out of my sight.
Clarissa flees.
No one will stand between me and the throne, Philbert. I shall have the elf girl, and when she is dead, the kingdom will be mine.
Cut to black. The end.